Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at Georgia Lottery scratch tickets and their expected values. And it's been a couple of days since I put a video up. I finished the Prize Potions series, and I'm so glad that that is over. It took me a couple of days to kind of rewatch all my videos, and I kind of tallied up all of the wins and losses that I had, and added up all the winnings and losses and all that kind of stuff. And so that took a long time. So I've got it. I think all that I want to share together here. And so we'll go through it real quick and just see how we did and kind of answer this question of, are the Georgia Lottery Diggy games a scam? Because it felt like that a lot of the time that I was playing those games. I did 13 rounds, and I had a couple of good rounds where I didn't lose any money. I won a little bit of money, and once I got back down to 50, I just quit playing. And then I had a couple of other rounds that were that I was able to play for like almost an hour. But then the majority of the rounds were just, all of them were real stinkers and really frustrating to play. So and then I didn't post every round that I did, and so there were even more rounds that I played. I videoed it, and it was just terrible, and I decided not to upload it. So overall, not a good experience, and I did feel a lot of the time like this was just a huge scam. So let's look through the data and see what we can figure out here. So I went back and looked at my first video because I had a document that kind of detailed all the prize values, or all the prizes and the odds and all that kind of stuff when I started playing. And when I started playing, the $5,000 prize was what I was looking for, and there were only 113,000, a little over 113,000 spins left on the game. And I based that on the odds that the Georgia Lottery put for that game, and then the number of prizes that were left. And so I have all of the prize amounts that were available on the first day that I started playing, and all of the odds to win those prizes. Georgia Lottery had posted that the overall odds on the $1 game that I was playing were 1 in 4.74. And I was able to calculate that the overall payout on that game at that moment was a little over 80%. Now, this payout, this is, that's up there where like our $30 and $50 scratch ticket games are. And so to play a $1 game with an 80% payout seemed pretty good. The bottom 99% payout, which I like to look at, because this is where, when you play scratch tickets or any kind of lottery game, you don't go in expecting to win those top prizes. You just hope that you do. And so, most people win prizes in the bottom 99%. And so that bottom 99% payout was a little over 70%, which is what I consider good for a scratch game. And this is where like our $20, $25, $30, and $50 scratch games are at 70% or over. So again, to be able to play a $1 game with the same payout as a $30 game or a $50 game seemed like a pretty good opportunity. And especially since there were only 113,000 spins left on the game. So I ended up playing 1,830 spins in the 13 rounds that I videoed. So this information that I'm giving are just based on the videos. These numbers would go down if I included the data from the other rounds that I didn't post on YouTube. And so these are, I think they're skewed a little higher because of those rounds, where I quit playing after winning a little bit and then getting back down to 50. So these are skewed a little high, the data that I'm going to give. But based on the odds that I just showed on the other screen, I was able to calculate with 1,830 spins how many of each prize I should win. And so, for example, the $18 prize, I should have won, 0 or 1 of those. The $15 prize, I should have won 1 to 2. 7.5, I should have won 3 to 4 of those. The $1 prizes, I should have won 52 to 53 of those. And so I have the ranges for all of the prize amounts here. I do have a couple of like kind of mile markers here, because also on the sheet that I had in video one, I was able to calculate the odds of winning a certain prize or higher. And so I should have won in 1,830 spins. I should have won a $31 prize or higher with those spins. The $15 prize or higher, I should have won 3 of those. So $15 or up, should have had 3. $12 prize or up, I should have had 10 or more of those. And then the $10 prizes or up, I should have had 17 or more of those. And so those are just good mile markers, I think, just to kind of keep tally of if I'm winning the big prizes that I should be winning, because that's really that's what you play for, and that's what keeps you going in these games. So the number of wins I should have gotten based on the odds that the Georgia Lottery had posted is 386, and I should have won if I should have, based on that 99% number, I should have won at least $1,292 back out of the 1830 that was spent. And actually, it should be higher than that, because I should have had probably three or four prizes in the top 1%, which would make that 70% number a little bit higher. So we should have won, a little bit more than this $1,292 mark. Now on this next screen, this is what I actually did win in the 1,830 games that I did. And so the numbers that are in red are the numbers that did not meet what the Georgia Lottery numbers said that they should have met. The blue numbers are where they did meet. They were in the appropriate range. And then the green numbers are where I did better than the Georgia Lottery said that I should have done. And so what I notice, and what is really kind of it kind of does make me, kind of sway toward the scam side, is that you notice the big prizes. I should have won a $31 prize or higher with my 1,830 games. Did not win any. I did get close. I won one $30 prize, but still, this $30 prize is not where it should have been. Also, with $15 prizes or above, I should have won 3 or more. I only got 2. I hit a $17.50 prize, and I hit that $30 prize. So there was another big prize that I didn't hit. $12 or more, I should have gotten 10 or more of those prizes. I only got 9. So once again, there was one prize missing here. But here is where I think the missing prize maybe was. I hit one more prize here in this category between $10 and $11.50. Hit one more than I should have. And so, if I could have taken this extra $10.50 prize and had another prize, maybe gotten my $31 prize or higher, that would have been a better situation. I will note that I was seven under as far as wins go, so 7 under what I should have been. So yeah, this again makes me lean a little scammy. I mean, 1,830 spins, that is a big enough sample size to get a little bit closer to the actual odds than I got. And so yeah, a little bit scammy. And I'll show this in a minute, but there were periods of time where you would just get loser after loser after loser after loser. And it was in those moments where I just felt like there is no possible way that the odds are what the Georgia Lottery says the odds are, and there be this many losers. And that feeling was right. Now, again, I said that the videos that I posted they included the best rounds that I had. I didn't post some of the worst rounds that I had. And so this number is actually, these are skewed high. And so there are a lot more wins that I should have gotten that I didn't get in those other videos that I didn't post. Now here I did get $1,335 in these wins that I did manage to get as I was playing. And this does, I did get more than that 70% back, which was which is good, but it should be a little bit higher. And it shouldn't be significantly higher, but it should be a little bit higher if I had gotten the number of wins that I should have gotten according to the odds, and if I had hit this extra, this big prize up here that I should have hit, this number would be a little bit better. So overall, is it like an undeniable scammy situation? Not quite. Do I lean towards scam a little bit? Yes. Just because the numbers don't match up with what the Georgia Lottery says that they should be. And again, I will note that these numbers are skewed high because of the videos that I didn't play. And I will mention that again later. Now, this is I think the big takeaway for me is that winning a jackpot is incredibly unlikely. The game that I played, it only had 113,082 spins left. So imagine a scratch ticket game where there were only, the jackpot was 1 in 113,000. I mean, we would think, wow, those are great odds for a jackpot. That's what it was when I started playing. Most scratch games have one jackpot for every 1 to 2 million tickets. If you look at the new series of tickets, the Big Georgia Raffle, all of the jackpots the odds are between 1 and 2 million to win. And so the game that I was playing, this one, had way, way better odds than a scratch game. I played 1,830 times. So, if I divide the number of spins that were left in that game by the number of times that I played, I had a 1 in 6, about 62 chance of winning the jackpot. Those are still not great odds. It's barely over a 1% chance, less than a 2% chance of winning the jackpot. So really, really unlikely to win. For me, it was on this game, and it's 10 to 20 times harder to win on a scratch game. So it's good to keep that in mind, just so you don't get your hopes up. Another thing that is kind of eye-opening, 1,830 spins, that's a lot of plays. That's equivalent of playing 6 books of $1 tickets, 12 books of $2 tickets, 18 books of $3 tickets, 30 books of $5 tickets, 61 books of $10 tickets. Can you imagine playing 61 books of $10 tickets? 122 books of $20 tickets, 152 books of $25 tickets, or 183 books of our $30 tickets. Or if you play the $50 tickets, 101 books to equal the number of spins that I played on this Diggi game. And if you did play this number of tickets in a scratch game, because the odds are so much harder, 1 to 2 million, 1 in 1 to 2 million, that only would give you still a 1 in 546 chance to about a 1 in 1,000 chance of winning a jackpot on one of those scratch games. So to me, playing as much as I did and still not hitting anything over $30 was just a good reminder that it's just a losing proposition. You have to be super lucky to win, even when there are way fewer plays left than the typical scratch game. So good reminder there. Now, this is the main reason why I would not continue to play Diggi games. This is what made it so frustrating. These numbers are all the streaks all the losing streaks that I had in these 13 rounds. So I think the highest on this screen is 23. I remember playing this game a while ago where I had a losing streak of 30. So the losing streaks can be higher than 23, but there were so many losing streaks, 40 altogether. So I had, and these are just the losing streaks of 10 or more, and so 40 times over the 13 rounds that I played, I had a losing streak of 10 or more. and it's just super super frustrating. Like, I think that they should not do that. And this is where like, um back here, this number where I won, let's see, where is it? I won 379 times where I should have won 386 times. It's because of this stuff right here. Um, there are way more losers in these Diggy games than the Georgia Lottery is telling us about. Georgia Lottery wants us to think the odds are better than they really are. They cannot give these strings of losers like they do and have the odds be what they say that they are. It's just impossible. Um, so I had these losing streaks 40 times over 13 rounds. That means that over 3 times every round, I would have to deal with these long streaks of losers. And so, yeah, I like, because of this alone, like, I would not recommend Diggy games. It's just too, this is like really, really scammy, this stuff right here. And then just on this last page, are the Georgia Lottery Diggy games a scam? I lean more scam than legit. Um, Again, my video payout was 72.95%, which was over the 99% payout, but it should have been higher because I didn't hit the big prize that I should have hit. Um, and again, my overall payout for all the plays that I did was probably a good bit less than this, because the rounds that I didn't post were all really really bad. As Were all really really I wanted to have a specific number here, but that leads me to my next point. The Georgia Lottery website is pretty glitchy. Um, I would get the little spinny wheel almost between every spin that I took on this game. A couple of times the game just shut down on me, and I had that on video. That happened probably 3 or 4 times over the 13 rounds. And then tonight, while I was trying to, the Georgia Lottery keeps records of like how much you spend and how much you win, and I was going to go in there and figure out exactly how much I got back over the time that I played and put that number in here. But I can't log in for whatever reason. The Georgia Lottery has some kind of new one of those like picture things where you have to, click on all the trains or whatever, and it's not working. So I can't log in to look at those records. I will update this. I'll put maybe a comment below that tells you exactly what my payout was over all the games that I played on this, once I am able to get in. But the Georgia Lottery website is glitchy. That is a problem, which makes me lean scam. If the Georgia Lottery website is glitchy, how much faith can we have that any of the information that they're giving us is true? Um, Recording the series was not fun. I couldn't wait for it to be over. It's just the main reason is that those frustrating strings of losers, and then also just not ever hitting a decent medium sized prize. It's really really frustrating. So I did not have fun doing it, which means I wouldn't do it again. Again, I didn't quite get what I should have gotten according to what the Georgia Lottery had posted on its website. So again, I lean a little bit scammy. And then also, there's no way to actually know if anybody won that jackpot. The computer could have just started the game over with nobody winning for all we know. So again, that makes me lean scam. So can I say 100% scam? Nope, I can't say 100% scam. But if I'm doing a scale of like 1 to 10, where 10 is legit, 1 is complete scam, I'm probably at like a 3 on these Diggy games, because the numbers just don't add up, and the website's glitchy. We have these long strings of losers. Nobody knows if anybody actually won the jackpot. So for those 4 reasons, I will say not 100% that it's a scam, but it's more scam than legit. So those are my thoughts on this game. I will mention that the payout that I did get is way better than the $1 tickets, the $1 scratch tickets. So Yeah, I mean, if you're playing the low tickets, I guess these Diggy games aren't the worst thing in the world. But if you're playing like $20 tickets or higher, I would definitely stick with scratch tickets. Just for the fact that they're more fun, in my opinion. But anyways, I think that is it. Again, I'll make a comment in the comment section once I'm able to get into the Georgia Lottery website and calculate, my wins versus how much I spent and what my actual final payout was for the total amount of time that I played. But again, I know a lot of people didn't watch this. If you were one of the ones that did, thank you for watching. We will be transitioning back to payouts and scratch tickets and all that kind of stuff in the videos to come. So thanks for watching. That is it, and I'll see you in the next video.